Madhava Kunja Vihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Haribol. Jai Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Stotra Sadasi Srimad Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Iskcon founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Srila Prabhupada Ki, Prabhupada Noga Ki, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki, Nittai Gaura Premanande. All glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashta Prayeshu Abhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtigi. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 24, Text 27. Shri Rudra Uvacha Yuyam Vedishadaha Putra Viditam Vaschikirishitam Anugrahaya Bhadram Va Evam Me Darshanam Kritam. Shri Rudra Uvacha Yuyam Vedishadaha Putra Viditam Vaschikirishitam Anugrahaya Bhadram Te Evam Me Darshanam Kritam. Shri Rudra Uvacha Yuyam Vedishadaha Putra Viditam Vaschikirshitam anugrahaya bhadram va evam me darshanam kritam. Ladies, Matajis. Shri Rudra Vacha, Lord Shiva began to speak. You yam, all of you, Vedi Sadaha of King Prachinabarhi, Putraha, sons, Viditam, knowing, Vaha, your, Chikir Shitam, desires, Anugrahaya, for the matter of showing your mercy. Bhadram, all good fortune unto you. Vaha, all of you. Evam, thus, me, my, darshanam, audience. Kritam, you have done. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Lord Shiva said, you are all the sons of King Prachinabari, and I wish all good fortune to you. I also know what you're going to do, and therefore I am visible to you just to show my mercy upon you. Purport. By these words, Lord Shiva indicates that the princes were going to do what was known to him. It is a fact that they were going to worship Lord Vishnu by severe austerities and penances. Knowing this fact, Lord Shiva immediately became very pleased, as apparent by the next verse. This indicates that a person who is not yet a devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but who desires to serve the Supreme Lord, receives the benedictions of the demigods, headed by the chief demigod Lord Shiva. Thus, a devotee of the Lord does not need to try to please the demigods separately. Simply by worshipping the Supreme Lord, a devotee can please all of them. Nor does he have to ask the demigods for material benedictions, for the demigods, being pleased with the devotee, automatically offer him everything that he needs. The demigods are servants of the Lord, and they are always prepared to help a devotee in all circumstances. Therefore, Srila Bilvamangala Thakura said that if one has unalloyed devotion for the Supreme Lord, the goddess of liberation is ready to serve him, to say nothing of the gods of material opulences. Indeed, all the demigods are simply waiting for an opportunity to serve the devotee. Thus, there is no need for a devotee of Krishna to endeavor for material opulence or liberation. By being situated in the transcendental position of devotional service, he receives all the benefits of dharma, artha, kama and moksha. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnanati Mirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Dinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshadarine Jayasi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you. There is Hindi translation going on the back side. I will speak with the same speed. Hare Krishna, very happy to be here with all of you in the holy month and auspicious month of Damodar. Shri Radha Damodar ki. I speak a few words on this very beautiful shloka spoken by Lord Shiva. Here, I'll read the translation again. You're all the sons of King Prachinabari, and I wish all good fortune to you. I also know what you're going to do, and therefore am visible to you just to show my mercy upon you. Interesting points. The history is that the Prachetas, sons of King Prachinabari, 10 sons, they are very, very cooperative and very good friends among themselves and very much together. And they take up the order of their father to go and perform austerities and worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, and do what is necessary to populate. And obedient to their father, they have come searching for a place to perform these austerities. And they come upon a lake which is so beautiful, very calm, wonderful. And they instantly start liking that place. Immediately, from beneath the waters, Lord Shiva and his associates, they rise up. And seeing the beautiful form of Lord Shiva, they become very happy. And Lord Shiva tells them that, I know why you have come here and who you are, what you are seeking, and I am very pleased with you. I want to offer my mercy to you. This is arrangement of the Lord, that we get instructions at the right time, the correct instructions to lead us on the path back to Godhead. Only a fool will not take these instructions. One has to be very foolish in order to avoid the instructions of Vaishnavas and Krishna. The Prachetas were very fortunate. Of course, you may be thinking, oh, Lord Shiva comes and tells me, even I will take instruction. Of course. But it is not only Lord Shiva. Instructions come from anybody and everybody. All the time they come. They come from the super soul in the heart all the time. But you have to be sensitive to the instructions. Then only you can pick it up. Nichadapi uttamam jnanam. From the lowest personality, you can take topmost instruction if you are sensitive to the instructions of the law. When Prabhupada was here in Chippiwada, he was producing his Back to God at leaflets, and a person came and told him, Swamiji, don't distribute this in this leaflets form. Write a book. This will all be thrown away by people. It will become wasted. You put it in the form of a book. And immediately Prabhupada took that instruction. This is coming from my Guru. And he started writing the Bhagavad. He knows how to take instruction from anybody on the roadside. Nichadapi uttamam jnanam. Very sensitive to instruction. How we are eager, how much we are eager to become Krishna conscious, that much we become sensitive to any instruction that comes to us. It's not that we are not getting instructions. We are insensitive to instructions. Is Krishna inside our heart? Krishna everywhere, in everybody's heart, and Krishna sends Guru. Krishna gives you scripture. Krishna gives you good words, Vaishnavas, temple, Kirtan, bhajan, association, everything is completely surrounding us with instructions. But we choose whether I should listen or not. Prachetas, they are very sensitive. Father has told us to do this. We should do this. And any instruction that helps us to execute the instruction of the Father, I'll immediately take it. I won't dissect it. I won't trisect it. I won't examine it. I won't, especially if it is coming from Shiva. So Lord Shiva knows the Prachetas are like that. Very interested in spiritual advancement. Therefore he is saying, I know what you are going to do. I am very pleased with you. Even before interacting with them, he is saying, I am very pleased with you. I want to give you my mercy. So imagine how obedient and cooperative the Prachetas were. How they attracted the mercy of Lord Shiva. How they attracted the mercy of Krishna. And Krishna was facilitating them. So one thing is to get instruction, other thing is to be able to accept it. Two things. It's not that we are not surrounded by instructions. We are constantly getting instructions. The more you become sensitive, the more you become Krishna conscious, the more you can see the instructions. Bhagavatam describes how, who's that person who had 22 gurus? Pingala, the prostitute, was his guru. The lady with the bangles was, what's his name? Avadut Brahmana. He had so many. It's not that he does not know how to take instructions. No. Only Sadguru I will take instruction from. Not from lady with bangles. Not from Pingala the prostitute. Not from the hawk in the sky. Everything can teach you how to become Krishna conscious. If you connect everything with Krishna. So the Prachetas were expert. And then immediately Lord Shiva is telling, I wish all good fortune to you. Mane is not telling you get the lottery ticket. You will get billions. You will get 10 BMWs, 50 nice wives, 10 houses, all good fortune to you. Ayushman Bhava. This is not the meaning of fortune. In this material world, fortune, saubhagya, immediately means all these things. First thing they think of is all these things. All good fortune here means you become successful in achieving the Lord. This is the meaning of good fortune. Good fortune doesn't mean anything else. No devotee wants blessings of good material life. They don't care for it. And the Prachetas, they know what's good fortune. When Prabhupada came to preach in America and he preached there, and so many people, especially from the hippie community, became devotees. After some time they were wondering, what happened to us? How did we change so much? And one devotee, one disciple of Prabhupada went to Prabhupada and said, what has happened to me? I was in the ditch, in the gutter, drinking, sprawling in the useless gutter, and full of bad habits. And all of a sudden I see I've shaved head, I get up in the morning at 3:30, attend Mangalarti, chant japa, eat only prasadam, associate only with devotees, engage only in service. How this happened? He was himself thinking about it. So he went to Prabhupada and said, how? Prabhupada turned around to him and said, I brought good fortune for you. He didn't mince any words. He told straight away, because of me only you have become fortunate. Because of my association. One Vaishnava can bring such great fortune to the whole world. It's enough. One person, one pure Vaishnava can influence people so much. That's what is the meaning of fortune. You see, in this world people think fortune is all sorts of things. But all that good fortune is your greatest enemy. What you think is fortune is your greatest enemy. If you think of getting a beautiful wife, Chanakya Pandit says she is your enemy. Bharya Rupavati Shatru. You may think it is great fortune. Bahut acha bibi mila humko. And Chanakya Pandit said, no, that's a great misfortune. You are finished. So what we may think is fortune, Shishi Radha Parthasarthi ki, Lalita Vishaka ki, Shishi Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shishi Gaur Nitai ki. The intelligent devotee, he knows these things. And he knows when the Prachetas are receiving good fortune, they know they are getting the blessings of Lord Shiva to become pure devotees. That's why Prabhupada is saying in this commentary, even a person who wants to become a devotee, has the desire to become a devotee, can get blessings from the demigods to become devotees. The demigods are eager to give you blessings. Lord Shiva especially is very eager to bless you if you are on the path of devotional service. Because Vaishnava Namita Shambhu is a very, very great exalted Vaishnava, and anybody is becoming a Vaishnava is very happy to facilitate you. What I can give you. See? That's why we have stories of Lord Shiva, blessings. Here he is blessing the Prachetas, and the Prachetas are becoming blessed, and they see Vishnu. By their meditation, Vishnu becomes pleased and he appears and he blesses them. And he says, I am very happy with your cooperative attitude. So Lord Shiva, he can give all types of blessings. He can give blessings to Vrakasura, he can give blessings to any other Asura, and he can make it so difficult for even Krishna. He is Ashutosh, he can give blessings. Whatever you ask, I will give you. He is also known for that. And unfortunately for him, at least this time I am able to give my blessing to somebody who is asking for the highest thing. I am so happy to give you blessing. But every time people come and ask me all sorts of things, and since I am soft-hearted, I give them those blessings. But really speaking, I want to give blessings to devotees, to Vaishnavas, to make them devotees. That is my real desire. That is my real desire. Right? Krishna knows this. That's why when, the famous pastime of Vrakasura went behind Lord Shiva and said, no, let me test what you have given me. I want to see whether it works. I touch your head, you become Bhasma. So Lord Shiva started running. And Krishna knows that Lord Shiva is such a great devotee of mine. He made a mistake with this Asura. He's cheating him. So Krishna became a brahmachari immediately and stopped. Where are you running? Don't run like this. Relax. He told Vrakasura, relax. He said, no, I want to try this boon on Shiva. He gave me this boon. Shiva? Don't believe. Shiva, boon and all that, don't believe. I think you should, first of all, try it. Test it on yourself. See, it will not work. I tell you, it will not work. And then he did this, push, he became ashes. Only Krishna can do this. That time he was like a brahmachari. He took the brahmachari vesha and he told, relax, don't worry. Don't. And he preached to him and said, try it out. Lord Shiva's thing will not work. In other words, he is saying, it does not matter if these benedictions don't work. And then he told Lord Shiva, please be careful what benediction you are giving. hold on a little bit. So Lord Shiva will be very pleased to bless Prachetas, isn't it? But my benediction will really find its fruit here with the Prachetas. Also when he met Markandeya Rishi, he met Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva asked him, what boon shall I give you? And Markandeya Rishi immediately was once a great devotee of Lord Shiva. He immediately said, Varamekam vrinayathapi purnat kama bhivarshanat. You are able to give boons that will completely satisfy, purnat kama bhivarshanat, satisfy all our desires. You have that capacity. What I ask you is, Bhagavati Bhaktir Bhagavatitam Achyutim, what is it? Varamekam vrinayathapi purnat kama bhivarshanat. Bhagavati Achyutam Bhaktim Tatpareshu Tatha Tvai. Just like you are a devotee of Vishnu, Achyuta, similarly confer on me the blessings that I will also be a devotee. This Markandeya is asking Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva definitely thought, very good, wonderful prayer. This is the way to ask benediction. Instead of asking Dhanam Dehi, Vidyam Dehi, Position Dehi, Uske Upar, Thunderbolt Dehi, on my competitor, this, that, this, please give me, I am happy if you simply kill him. No benediction for me, just kill that fellow. These are all the things we want. But Lord Shiva, when he hears these types of requests from Markandeya Rishi, from Prachetas, he becomes very happy because you are asking for the highest thing, Prema, Krishna. Therefore, fortune means to be blessed, to make advancement in Krishna consciousness and to achieve virakti, freedom from material attachments. Bhakti Vinoda Thakur explains that fortune, Bhakti Unmukha Sukriti, Jnana Unmukha Sukriti, and Karma Unmukha Sukriti, you must have heard about this, that all these to do with karma and jnana, they are not really fortunate blessing. Only if you get bhakti and the opportunity to do devotional service, can you say that you got fortune. Because all other things are not permanent. Only devotional service is permanent. And only that is fortune. Only that is fortune. See? Very important for us to know this. That is why Lord Shiva is saying good fortune to you. Because I am very happy. You are intelligently asking for what is best. Parvati many times wanted Lord Shiva to give benedictions. There is a story in South India of the Alvar's history, one of the Alvars. Very famous, very powerful Alvar. He was stitching his dhoti. Stitching his dhoti, which is torn. And Lord Shiva flying over on his Nandi with Parvati. Parvati said, he's a great Rishi, great Muni, great sage. We must have him give some benediction to him. So Lord Shiva was reluctant. But because Parvati is saying, it descended. And this Alvar did not even look at Lord Shiva. He was busy stitching and chanting the names of the Lord. And then Parvati said, why is he not even giving respect to you? Then Lord Shiva said, he need not. It doesn't require me. But he cannot explain everything to Parvati. So she said, this is very bad. You ask him. If he doesn't ask, he doesn't look at this, you ask him. So he turned around to the Alvar and he asked, my dear devotee, you seem to be in requirement for many things. You have no cloth, no gamcha, no chadar, nothing you have. You just, how can I help you? And the Alvar said, no, I am okay. Thank you. I am okay. And he went on chanting the names. He didn't care. Of course, in the South India, the Sri Vaishnavas quote this in a different way because, Shaivites, Vaishnavites and all that. But the real meaning is something else. And he didn't bother much and he said, don't want anything. I am very happy. And Lord Shiva said, no, you asked some benediction of me. I am here in front of you. So because he was forced to, he told Lord Shiva, can you stitch this, put this string inside the needle and give me. He said, you can do this and give me. Then Parvati said, this is a big insult. You can do so many things. He's telling, put the needle inside, the thread inside the needle and give. Nonsense. He should be finished. And then she jacked up her husband. And then the husband became angry. And then he opened his third eye and started showering things on him. This Alvar simply lifted his toes, and from the toes came out fire. And the third eye fire was put off. Just from his toes, without doing anything. And then there was a big, then he started flying. Then this Alvar flew. He did all sorts of things. I don't want to describe that here. But just to show that you cannot force a benediction on me. You don't want the benediction. So a devotee of the Lord may not want any benediction plus, Bhagavati, Bhakti Rachutama, Tatpareshu Tatatoi. You give me, let's like you are also a devotee, make me also a devotee. This is a very great story. I have not said it fully in a proper way, but this happened. And you will see in the case of, Chitraketu, Lord Shiva and Parvati also. And Lord Shiva told, what is the use of cursing all these devotees of the Lord? Narayana Parayana Sarve na kutaschana bipyati swarga apavarga narakeshu api tulyartha darshinaha. They don't care. You put them in swarga, you put them in naraka, you put anywhere, they will dance and chant and they will render service. There's no use. It bounces off. But when a devotee actually confers devotional blessing, you must become a devotee of the Lord. That is most valuable to a Vaishnava. See, what you should pray for, what you should ask, unless you know that very well, in your heart the desire will come out and you will ask for those things. That is why we chant, Bhakti Vinoda Thakur is mentioned, when you chant Hare Krishna, if you have material desires in the heart, that will get satisfied. Chanting is very dangerous in one way. Because if we have certain desires hidden inside deeply, those things will get satisfied. Right? So therefore we are asked to deeply examine inside. What do I want? What is my desire? Look inside your heart. What is your desire? Your prayer will always come from that level of desire. It's very difficult to pray superficially. Actually, Bhagavan, I want pure bhakti, but I also want this and also this. But that's okay, but actually I want this. But actually, because Guru Maharaj said I should distribute books and this thing I'm doing, but really speaking, I want this. No, but you actually not fully desiring pure bhakti for the Lord. That is, most conditions also like that. But here the prachetas are not like that. They are directly appreciating Lord Shiva, following the instructions of their father. We know what we want. Therefore, Lord Shiva is saying, I know what you want. Your desire is very pure to achieve Krishna. Therefore, all good fortune to you. Therefore, I want to give my mercy to you. So, spiritual master, Vaishnavas become very happy when they see a devotee is genuinely trying to become pure, genuinely desiring to become a pure devotee of Krishna. You may not even be a pure devotee, but the fact that you have a great desire to be pure itself is the definition for a pure devotee. Prabhupada explains this. Even a Kanishta can be a pure devotee of the Lord. Even a Kanishta Adhikari can be a pure devotee of the Lord. The Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhupada explains. So the desire purely inside the Prachetas was clearly visible to Lord Shiva. Therefore, he benedicted them and blessed them. See? So mostly it is mentioned here in the purport that Prabhupada is saying demigods are very pleased with devotees. Demigods are simply waiting for an opportunity to serve the devotee. Sometimes people think that if you don't worship the Lord, don't worship the demigods, we have a lot of difficulties and problems. No. Like Prabhupada is saying here, the demigods are very eager to confer blessings on you. In the initial stages of devotional life, people, especially in India, 33 crores of demigods, they worship so many demigods and they become entangled in many ways. And in their house, they have so many pictures, very pious, very wonderful, very strict. And when you tell them that Krishna alone, worship of Krishna alone is enough, they find it very difficult. And it takes a long time. And I've seen people going through various stages. I cannot remove the picture, but I can keep the picture down and keep Krishna's picture up. I said, okay. Then after some time they read Prabhupada's books and dance, chant, everything. They say, I cannot take away the picture. I can keep the picture on a separate altar. Okay. Krishna in a separate altar, demigods in a separate altar. After some time, I cannot be without offering to demigods, but I can offer what I offer to Krishna to demigods. Okay. Then after that stage is over, after some time you will see demigods not there at all in the altar. It's not required. They all must be very happy with me. I am worshipping Krishna. They come to understand that. Maiva vihitan hitan. Krishna is saying, all the benefits you get from the demigods, I am only giving it to them, and they are the agency to give it to you. My business is to just blow the flute and enjoy. All these management, all the material desires and all, I do outsourcing. BPO. Blessings Process Outsourcing. BPO. All these material blessings I give away. And demigods manage it. Because they are also having material desires, everything. And they will manage it for you. Anything material you require, you go to them, they will give it to you. But if you want pure devotion to me, they will point to you. Point to me and say that you can get there. Mukti pradatat sarvesham Vishnurevana samshaya. Only Vishnu can give you mukti and pure devotion. We are not that department. Our department is you give homa yajna, I give this. We mercantile business department. But with Krishna, it is not like that. Right? Mercantile business, material this side, material that side, the demigods do because Krishna told them you look after all that. Krishna only blows the flute. You know, like that German professor who met Srila Prabhupada and Prabhupada asked him, so who is he, what are you doing, where are you from? He said, I'm a professor. I am doing research on Hinduism and I visited all the temples in India. And he said, oh, very nice, very interesting. What did you observe? And the German professor said, I saw so many gods in so many temples. All of them were busy. One god had long tongue, so many arms, Trishul, killing somebody. Another god on peacock flying. Another god with a big elephant head, very busy. Another god like this, like all were busy. But one god was simply blowing the flute. It looks like he has no work to do. I think he is the real God. Then Prabhupada said, very intelligent man, very good observer. Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate parashaya shaktir vividhaiva shuyate. Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate. Krishna has no work to do. Bilkul koi kaam nahi hai. Simply blowing the flute. That's why in this world they don't worship Krishna. Because all these people are work morning to evening. And तुम लोग कुछ काम ही नहीं करते हो, सिर्फ जब करते हो और तुम ये करते हो वो करते हो, useless fellows. But we belong to that parampara who don't do work. The no work parampara. That's why people don't like us. बिना काम करके you are so happy. Shut. How are you like that, idiot? Stop it. No, we take your money and we are happy. This is Krishna. Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate. I'm sorry. Don't quote me anywhere. It'll spoil the preaching. But no work. Demigods are very busy. If you have material desire, you'd be very busy doing work. But if you have no material desire, you only want pure bhakti, you are not active in this material world. You're only active in devotional service, in serving the Lord by distributing books, by doing Damodar Arati in people's houses, by bringing them Krishna. Our work is different. It's not that we don't have work. We're very busy only with devotional service. Actually, we don't do any other work. So Lord Shiva is very happy when he sees people who have no work to do. He's very happy. So demigods are very busy and they have material desires. And in this chapter, in many places, Prabhupada speaks in his purports about the demigods and what their type of devotion is. They are devotees. Prabhupada explained that demigods are devotees with material desires. Sounds familiar? Devotees with material desires. That's also one type of devotee. But they are very, very respectful. They know the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They know the goal of like Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Suryaha Diriva Chakshur Atatam Tat Vipraso Vipinyavo Jagruvagum Sasamindate Vishnuryat Paramam Padam. They know this. But what to do when Urvashi comes and Rampa Kilotama Menaka comes? Kya kare? You know, I know my goal is Krishna, but in the same chapter it describes how Agni, you know, they do Agni Sakshi. The husband and wife, they hold in South India, they hold both the dhoti and pulao are connected together, and then they go around the fire, then they have to put some puffed rice in the fire, chant mantra, everything. They're taking Sakshi. Agni, you are witness, we both are married. They're going around Agni. But Agni thought, hey, very nice lady, very good bride. And he got up and he ran away with the bride. Imagine how the demigods are. Agni Sakshi bolke, they are going around that, and Agni got at the bride and ran away with her. And the groom, kya hua? Agni bhag gaya, patni ke saath. So how will it be? So demigods got lot of scandals, lot of rumors. Don't think only in Iskcon, but full all over Indraloka, Chandraloka, everywhere there is big rumors and scandals. But still they are devotees. Om Sahasrasisha Purusha Sahasrakshas Sahasrapat Sabhumin Vishwato Vritva Atyadishtat Dashangulam Purusha Yeve Dagam Sarvam. They chant all this Purusha Shukta to the Lord and then say, what shall I do for you? Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, kuch karo uske bare mein. They don't ask for pure devotion like Prachetas. They will immediately say, Ravana, it chased me out of my thing. I don't have any place, no post, nothing. Please do something. And the Lord, you'll see in the Bhagavatam, say, I can give you more than this. I can give you blessings. TK, we'll look into that, but now, right now, you attend to this. Desires. They know the Supreme Lord. They know pure Bhakti. They know all these things. Therefore, when somebody is making advancement, they are very happy. Please, I am not able to do, you do. So in this way, Lord Shiva, of course, is not an ordinary demigod. He is Shiva, topmost Vaishnava. He is very pleased when the Prachetas are making advancement. When you see somebody making advancement from any level in spiritual life, you should be very happy. A devotee never gets envious of another person's spiritual advancement. That's what we can learn from this. He is always very happy if somebody goes towards Krishna because it pleases Krishna very much to get all these conditioned souls, fallen souls back to him. Anybody who facilitates somebody to go back to Godhead, he is also doing something very pleasing to Krishna. So imagine Lord Shiva, such a kind, wonderful, supreme Vaishnava. He is so happy with the Prachetas because of their devotional service. And he is frankly saying, I know who you are. I wish all good fortune. I want to show you my mercy. He's so eager. That attitude of Lord Shiva, that we should inculcate. The eagerness and enthusiasm to help another person in their spiritual progress. This is why a community will survive very wonderfully. I know that I always see here in Delhi, I appreciate this as one of the best temples I know. I always like to come here and dance and chant with all the wonderful devotees here, because you have a huge community of very, very nicely cooperative individuals who are getting together and performing many devotional service under the wonderful instruction of Gopal Krishna Maharaj and his senior devotees who are under him. Thank you very much. Om Tat Sat Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Nittai Gaur Premanande. I think I have 5 minutes. Any questions?
Haribol.
Thank you, Maharaj, for giving wonderful lectures. I have 2 questions. First is, how to purify our desire?
How to purify our desires?
Yes, Maharaj.
Simple. Chant Hare Krishna without offenses. Sincerely. Follow the order of Guru, Vaishnava, and keep yourself under control. Most important is to associate with people who are sincerely serving the order of Guru and Krishna. Purification occurs maximum by association. We get contaminated because of association. Tyaja durjana samsargam bhajathadu samagamam kuru punyam ahoratram smaranityam anityatam. We should give up the association, bad association. Bad association means even slightly bad association. Sometimes people are very pious, very nice, they do everything good, but their attitude sometimes towards authority, towards certain things are not good. And we should be careful not to too closely associate. If you want to achieve pure love for Krishna, you must be very strict about how you associate, what you take inside, what you don't take inside. Association does not mean only physically embracing everybody. Association means getting affected. What will affect you, that you can decide. That you can decide. So deeply inside, we should know how to take in and not take in certain things. So association is one of the major factors of purifying ourselves. Right?
Second question, Maharaj.
Shall I come back to you? Anybody else? I'll come back to you.
Harisha Maharaj, thank you so much for a wonderful class. Maharaj, I have one question. I like the point which, like you mentioned in the beginning, we should be very sensitive to the instructions of our authorities or seniors. But the thing is, we are insensitive to the instructions. So how to be sensitive? The thing, like what happens is, when we get instruction from our authority or some senior devotees, because we develop familiarity with them, so we take, we follow the instruction for a few days, but after later on, we just neglect and we don't follow it. So how to be sensitive, Maharaj? How to take it very seriously?
You must have a vigilance department in your intelligence. You know, you have the intelligence department, vigilance. You must constantly be watching your thoughts. Somewhere slowly, Maya will enter through the mind, analyze, judge, and say, therefore, it does not matter. And dilute the seriousness that we have. So, this is the meaning of Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yajeta Purusham Param. Tivra Bhakti means, you know, in South India, Tivravadi means like terrorist. You know? What do you say in Hindi? Tivra. Huh? Okay. In South India, Tivravadi means like terrorists. Extreme. Fanatic. But in the Bhagavatam says, Tivrena Bhakti Yogena. You have to be Mamekam Sharanam Braja, Krishna is saying. So you have also to be fixed in devotion. So therefore you have to watch carefully. Don't allow wrong association to bring wrong thoughts and dilution. as far as possible, follow, because it is good for you. To be sensitive to the instructions of the authority and be dependent is the best way, even if you don't like. This like, don't like should be thrown out of the window. It's mental. What is good for you, you must do, whether you like it or not. In the sadhana stage, everything we are doing is what we don't like. That's why it's called sadhana. Sadhana means I don't like to do, but I am doing, because my intelligence tells me it is good. The same temperament you should keep for everything, for what you hear, what you eat, for all these things. People talk so many things around you. I like it, but I don't think it's good for me. I'm not following it. I'm not following it. So sadhana means I do what I don't like. I cannot do what I like, because liking means mind, material mind. So that is an austerity. If you can practice that carefully, sincerely, then Krishna will give you intelligence how to perpetrate that nicely. That's a general advice I can give you. Yes, coming back to question 2. Yeah, bolo.
जैसे जो डेमीगॉड हैं, जो हमको देखते हैं कि हम अगर उनसे प्योर डिवोशन मांगे तो प्योर डिवोशन देंगे, लेकिन सम टाइम एक जगह प्रभुपाद लिखते हैं कि अगर आप डिवोटी होंगे, भगवान के डिवोटी बनेंगे, तो डेमीगॉड बिकम एनिवेज टू यू. तो हाउ दिस इज ए कॉन्ट्रडिक्टरी. हाउ टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस पॉइंट?
That is in a different context, but Prabhupada is also saying here that demigods know the value of devotional service. They know the value of devotional service. They know that is what I am supposed to be doing, but I am not. I am with Ramba Kilotama Menaka, but that is what is supposed to be done. They know the value. So genuinely in their good moods, in their devotional mood, they'll think, watch I, let him do. But when they become affected materially, then they become envious. They have both sides. In our devotional mood, we also feel, Govinda, everything fine. As soon as you finish your chanting and go there and take prasadam and then start talking in the prasadam hall, वो क्यों ऐसा बताया, वो idiot है, वो उसको कुछ नहीं मालूम है. We start off the living again. So you see, we all have, as Tatasha Shakti, we have different material, spiritual goes on. So this is, sometimes we know the real value of devotional life, but we get covered by Maya. So when they are covered a little bit by Maya, you do certain things. That is not to be taken as your real, deep, internal character. That is only superficial. So everybody, if they are a little loose, they can become envious, lusty, greedy, everything. Keep under control. No, I am a servant of Krishna. And so-and-so is also a servant of Krishna. Krishna will be very pleased in this way. For the sake of Krishna, for pleasing Krishna, you think that to be the criterion for decision, always your decision will be correct. How Krishna and Guru will be pleased, how Prabhupada will be pleased. If that is your underlying bottom line criterion for making any decision, all the decisions you do will be correct. Om Tat Sat Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki.